Greetings, it's me, FireB, and welcome back to Libretta. Last time, we went through the whole Libretta section down here, and then ended up in the end with all these happy endings. All these happily ever afters. And ended up with this book here. Which, as far as I can tell, I think Lauren wrote about Kay. Well, it had to be. If it's about my sister Kay, of course it did. Page after page of crossed out sentences, the last page just says, "And we lived happily ever after." And so, it turns out that, I just kind of stopped right where a save point was. So, there was that. I had to walk all the way back to the beginning of the section to get to the next save book. Or the last save book. Will you save her life? But of course. Hold on. Libretta? This book. It's missing a letter. Well, we'll use the letter. Gotta make sure there's an A on that. Wouldn't do to have any other letter. You think you should take this one? Libretta, you think it's the story of your sister's life? Can't use it or anything. Alright, through the door then. Those stairs look kind of strange. Don't think there's been anything. Oh, that automatically moves you up them. Suppose that's better than like having to go back and forth between up and right. Hey, Libra? Huh? Where's that voice coming from? Where did that voice come from? I know I'm kind of an oddball. Not everyone sees the world the way I do. Do you think they'd understand me? You know, out there? Oh, absolutely. No doubt in my mind. Huh. You think so? Absolutely. Not a single doubt in my mind. Libra? Yeah, that voice sounds so familiar. I really want to just be myself, but it's so hard. Do you think they'd at least be okay with it? Would they support me? I can't say everybody would, but I think that amount is growing every day. I think absolutely yes, definitely. Is that what they'd say too? Libra. His voice. She knows it for sure. I've searched far and wide. I really did. Is there really a place for me? Absolutely. If that's what you say, then I believe you. Why would there not be a place for you? What's down this way? I think this is just an infinitely looping hallway, if you go down. So let's try going up instead. Nope, it's getting darker again. What's gonna be at the end of the hall? Lauren, is that you? Exclamation mark! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have left you behind like that. It's Kay. Did she finally come back? What's the matter? It's me, Kay, your sister. You didn't forget, did you? I had to go for a while, but I told you to meet me at the library, right? We should get home to Mom and Dad. They must be worried about us. Um, is something wrong? Aren't you glad to see me? Don't you believe me? Of course I believe you! Gasp. Where are you? No, I mean, Libra? No! Where am I? Lauren, is everything okay? I am so scared. What's going on? I don't know how I got here. I don't know what I was doing. All I know is for sure is I came to the library to find... Kay! Ah, it's adorable. It's really you. Really came back. There. I promised, right? You came to the library and you found me. It took us a little while before either of us even realized it. But it's alright now. And I feel like it's all thanks to you that it is. Thanks to me? What did I do? Surely it's Kay who's to thank for coming to save me. What do you mean? How did I... I'm not sure if I understand either, but you're a very special girl, Lauren. I think you really can make wishes come true. My many wishes that never would have. To have you as my sister and to be yours, it's all I could want. I still don't understand. My memories are still so jumbled. But no matter what, I know I can trust Kay. She's my sister, so she came back for me. That has to be true. But how do we get out of here, Kay? Well, about that, if you think about it, this place shouldn't even exist. I was just waiting for you there in the library, which means no one had to be lost. No one had to be lost. Kay is right. Of course she's right. Since I never found any strange book, since Kay was waiting there all along, this whole nightmare never happened. Whoa. Are we just rewinding time? Huh. So, the end result of what we did still exists. But, essentially, the specifics of what we did don't. Yeah? I guess? Because I still believe in miracles. I swear I've seen a few. And the time will surely come when you can see my point of view. I believe in second chances, and that's why I believe in you. That sounds like it's from a song. Not sure. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I I didn't mean to scare you, okay? I wish I could have come sooner, but I'm so glad to see you again. Uh, we should get going. The librarian's still asleep. Oh, there she goes. Oh, Lauren, you find what you're looking for? Huh? Yes, I think so. Thanks? Even though I'm not sure how she helped, I somehow feel like she did. Are you two going home already? Well, your choice. Bye now. The librarian fell asleep again. Again? I can't really be sure. Of course it's again. She just woke up, so of course it'd be again. Well, Lauren, it's time to go home. I guess it is. Oh, it was the higher pitched voice to begin with. Oh well. Aw. Libretta. Chapter Omega. Chapter Libra, technically, but close enough, really. Either of them could work. When I told my parents why I had run away, finally finding the courage to tell them about it, we cried, all of us. Because, no, I hadn't met their expectations. But they were overjoyed that I'd found my own. And I was so overjoyed they understood that. My sister, Lauren, she granted me this wish, I'm sure of it. She could always grant my wishes. And maybe she was crying most of all, because she was just so glad for her sister. Excellent. Good. Good game. I like it. I like it quite a lot. I don't know, something about some of the RPG Maker aesthetic. Not like the default sprites in most RPG Maker games, but just kind of the aesthetic of a lot of this kind of exploration game done in RPG Maker is really good. You know, it's the same feeling from, oh, Pollyanna. I bet that's where those words were from. Yeah, Eve has that same kind of feel, except that Eve has a little bit more of a, well, a sinister feel to it. But also, yeah, it's the happy end, but also a bit more innocence about her. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's really right to directly compare the two, because they talk about such different issues, really. Eve is more of a, we are literally trapped in this situation, let's get out before we die. And this is more of a thing, I don't know. Like, it's less literal here, I think. And a little more metaphorical, perhaps? I'm not sure what the right word to use here would be. And there's a more clearly defined happy and not happy ending. I believe the split on that is whether you say that you believe her or not. And I hear that there's apparently a more sinister end that I thankfully managed to not see any of the ways to it. If you want to experience that yourself, I do have, or the bad end or anything, I do have a link to the game down in the description. Have fun. I believe the sinister end is if you wait just a little too long in that bathroom before you turn the light on. You'll hear it. And that'll just be the start. Because I saw that one once. It's a thing. It's a thing. It exists. Anyways, there's more text here. Hello? Are you still there? It's me. Not Libra, but Lauren. Oh, I'm not really sure who you are, and maybe you've already gone, but I want to thank you. When I returned home with Kay, she decided it was time to tell our parents the truth, and it was, finally, the first best day of her life. But, happy as I was also confused, because that contradicted everything I knew. Kay tells me that, yes, she ran away from home, and that it was the result of suffocating pressure. Except, she says it was her lack of courage, that she couldn't imagine ever telling her parents, and that, while away, she overcame that fear. Which, suffice to say, isn't how I remember it. But I suppose it's for the best. When she she first came out to me, when I found out I had a sister whose name was Kay, frankly, it didn't seem like a big deal. I told her I got it because I did, and I was glad from the bottom of my heart. But I soon found why it caused her so many tears, because in actuality, so few seemed to understand. So I did everything I could to make her feel accepted, safe, loved, because no one else would do it, or since no one else would do it. I tried to keep her positive, yet even I was worn down to thinking that maybe there was a point where optimism was no use. And so when she left, I thought it was all my fault. But with no knowledge of where she'd gone, that was all I could do for her, to go to the library and keep believing. And then all of a sudden, you came along. If you hadn't realized, it was a terrifying experience for me. It was like I was trapped in a dream. I didn't feel like I was in control of myself. And now, I realize I really wasn't. I could scarcely follow what was going on. But thank the goddess that Kay was there too. Even if she was very unsure herself, her words helped me make some sense of it all. At any rate, I'm ultimately grateful to you, because you and I were on the same page. Ha ha! Book buns! Yes, we both wanted Kay to be happy. I kept pushing on with the hope that somehow doing all this would lead me to Kay. And so we did the impossible. With my belief, with your belief, with even Kay's belief, we rewrote the story of her life so that she still had one. Maybe it's unnatural. Maybe in your world something like this could never ever happen. I can hardly believe it happened here. And maybe it's unfair that we were given a chance like this when countless others might deserve it more. But besides just a thank you, I want to tell you something else. People write stories for all kinds of reasons. To share sad or happy feelings with others, to serve as an escape from reality. But in a sense, they all come from the same place. They're based in the author's own life experience. And that life in itself is a story. One that might often feel out of their control. There's nothing wrong with indulging in stories that end happily ever after. But we can't just ignore the tragedies happening all around us. I think we can help people achieve a happy ending. Their stories are still being written, and we can be pivotal characters in them. The world is what we make of it. It seems that's far more literal in some cases, but I'm sure it applies in your world too. I believe we're not alone, that people all over the world want nothing less than the best for everyone. And I believe they can bring about change, so that we can all live happily ever after. Excellent. Won't you too? Nice! I like it. It's a good happy ending. And also makes it really clear what the game is in the end about. But I notice that there's no exit thing on this screen, so must expect me to go in. Alright, we'll hit enter. What's gonna happen now? Oh man. Yes, good. All of my yes. Oh man, do we get to go back through the game with our sister with us? That adds some interesting extra stuff to it. Oh hey, I noticed that the shelf of the funny stories no longer has an arrow on it. Nothing interesting here, or else you've already read it. Destiny Aflame catches your eye. It's a fantasy story, but you heard the ending is pretty dark. You'll pass on it for now. You're more interested in happy endings. You can't tell what he's reading from behind. The man is reading the foreword of what we bequeath. By genetics, children inherit their parents' traits. But what other traits might they receive from us that we may not realize? We teach them our customs, our culture. Some have argued that even criminal behavior may be an inherited trait. And it's equally important to consider the opposite question. What don't we bequeath? The man shoots a glare at you. You're evidently bothering him. You're not going to bother him again. Can we read the newspaper now? It's a copy of a local newspaper. Pretty boring day, it looks like. Yay. The boy is sleeping in front of history textbook. He must be a student. You're not even going to take a look at it. You don't want to fall asleep next to him? Fair enough. The boy is reading the massive volume that is Sin and Penalty. That's some pretty heavy stuff for his age. Perhaps not everything is as it seems. The little girl is making her way through Mistake and the Chocolate Cake. Huh? You want to read too? You shake your head. Not a kid anymore, huh, Lauren? Huh. There's a book titled, What is Our World? What is our world? Can we ever know? The further the past grows, the less certain it becomes. Can it change? Did it already? Who created us? Did she once, but no more? When we forget, does it really go? What is our world? It is what we make it. You still only have the slightest idea of what this book's talking about. Alright. How about here? The sisters are arguing. Well, there's one more so. Is it the same thing? What was even the deal with that? Shouldn't she be able to, read at that age? Why couldn't they all be happy together? That is an excellent question. They're a person that is definitely not Mary. Not everything has to have a... Oh, not this again. Why would I be reading if I didn't want a happy ending? That is an excellent question. Hello, librarian. Oh, hi there, Lauren. Okay. Good to see you again. Just ask me if there's anything you're looking for. She fell asleep. Sleepiest librarian ever. A book called Surreality stands out on the shelf. You take a look at the back cover. Alan comes to in a mysterious place. Soon realizing that his memories are gone, he feels that life is spiraling out of his control. Meeting a mysterious girl, he begins to slowly remember his past, but he must come to terms with the reality of it. It sounds somehow familiar, but somehow disagreeable. It's almost like an opposite of this. Did you say anything different this time? You need to tell her gullible is definitely in the dictionary. Why'd you think it wasn't? Kelly? Who's... I don't know what you're... Hey, Lauren, stop staring at her. It's rude. I thought I recognized that sprite. I thought I recognized it. There's a book here. You've read this book. Hello, I am an alien. It was about a downhearted girl who was visited by an alien one day and eventually was able to go to the alien's planet. The ending seemed a little abrupt, but you think the two of them ended up being happy together. There's a book titled The Illusion of Choice. You read a few random pages in the middle. Our world is governed by one called the Arbiter of Choice, though it is an ironic title. Every minuscule choice we believe ourselves to decide is in fact made by her. But that's not to say everything is predecided. Her curiosity too great, she ponders the alternative outcomes, and so she creates timelines for all choices, every single time. But for what? Does she, who is never committed to a choice, expect to one day select a single branch of her vast tree? And why do we know all this? Because she has chosen to tell us. You've heard about this before. and you think you believe in it a little more than you once used to. Well, there's the book. Huh? That book. You have an odd feeling about it. Perhaps it might be wise to avoid it. Perhaps, but let's see what happens. This book is just lying on the floor. Libretta? The pages are blank. Wait. Huh. Weird. Something wrong? This isn't right. Why is Kay here? Hey, say something! You came here to look for her. Because she... Nope, nope, no, no, no! Oh, hell no. The pages are blank. Well, clearly we need to write something in them. Oh shit, we can. Do you want to write in them? Yeah, Can I just write her name in it? The text fades away. Must not be a valid chapter of the story. Oh. Can I just do... Libretta, Chapter 1. It seems some earlier pages have now been filled in. Many pages are filled in up to Libretta, but there are still many blank ones left. Huh. So is that just a chapter select book? Let's find out. Let's see where this rabbit hole goes. Let's just see. Where are we headed with this? It gets dark, of course it does. Oh, there's the book from the beginning. What are you looking for, Libra? Though the book is of reasonable size, only the first page is anything written. The rest are blank. Alright. You might find it here, you might not find it anywhere. There we go. But I'm not going to decide that. I'll leave such decisions up to you. It seems that it loads in a new book just whenever the old book is off screen. And your first decision has already been made. There's no turning back now. The only way is up. Alright. I see you again. I see. That makes, I think, a little more sense. What? Hold up. Who are you? Who are you? So you reset it again. I do hope you understand what you are doing. Are you talking to me? I think you are. Your actions are independent of my influence. That means it's all up to you to decide what state to leave the story in. Well, I trust you to do what's best. No sleeping on the job like me, alright? Huh. Alright. Interesting. And if I go in here, it's just at the beginning of Libra. Or Libretta. Huh. Alrighty. Well then. In that case, I think this marks the end of the game. Or at least as much of it as, or, you know, the routes that I'm going to play. I honestly don't want to see the bad end. Or either of them. I don't want to see the bad end, and I don't want to see the even worse end. So, I'm just going to head back to the title. And, can actually just enter from here. What happens now? Huh. Okay, so it's just us? You sure have been coming by a lot. Just ask me if there's anything you're looking for. Huh. Alright then. Is this all jumbled still? Yeah? Alright. What's resume do? Okay, that resumes at the very last bit there. So I could do the bad ending, but I don't want to. I don't really want to. I already have the happy ending. Why would I want the not happy ending? That just seems not great. Yeah, that's been Libretta. If y'all want to experience the other endings, link to the game down in the description. I heartily recommend that you play it. It's very great, and y'all might discover things that I never did. There's also a post from the creator of the game, and I'll link that down in the description. I'd recommend only reading it after finishing it, but if you've watched this all the way, then congratulations, you finished it, and it kind of goes into a lot more detail about the various aspects of it. Really breaks them down. Breaks down all the foreshadowing and stuff. But going back through here, after knowing what this is about, everything becomes a lot clearer, perhaps. Yeah, I'm rambling. As usual, I always ramble at the end of videos. Don't you know? It's like my trademark style or something. I hope not. So yeah, next time I'll be playing something different. If you have suggestions for something for me to play, very much put them down in the comments. I love seeing what you guys think, what you guys would like to see played on the channel. I always find that interesting to see. And yeah, that's about it for this. Next time will be something completely different, probably. But the only way to know what that is if you come back next time. So make sure that you check back for that. And until then, farewell.